Look far. I'm in southern Texas right now on a pig hunt, and unfortunately the hunting has not been great on this trip. I haven't seen a pig, and we've been down here about a week, so I don't know if we're in the wrong place, the wrong time, or we're just really bad at it. But I got a little bored with sitting in the blind, so I decided I wanted to try something different. So since I'm seeing all these different plants and stuff I don't get to see every day, I wanted to try making cordage. I wanted to just go out and see what would be the best cordage. So I got 3 different plants I'm going to try here. I figured I'd make about a 1-foot piece of rope out of each one of these and see what different characteristics are. 3 different plants we're going to use are, I got Sawtooth Yucca, I got Spanish Dagger Yucca, and then this is an Agave of some kind. I don't have a data connection out here to do any research on this, so I'm going all off memory on these plants, and this is one I really don't know for sure. I'm pretty sure it's an Agave, so if I'm wrong, you gotta forgive me on that one. I am unable to do any research before shooting this. So what I did, though, I was really intrigued by this plant when I saw it, and I was like, oh man, that is cool. And I harvested a leaf, and I saw the fibers inside here, and I kind of played around with it, and I thought, man, the characteristics are that it would make a really good cordage, I think. So I'm going to try it out. I've used the local yucca in Indiana around where I live, but I wanted to try some new stuff. So I've only made cordage one time before. It's one of those skills I kind of wanted to get better at, and actually I did it for the first time about 2 weeks ago. So I'm a little new at that too, but I'm just going to try and make it a twisted rope. So, boy, this stuff does not make good cordage. The Sawtooth Yucca, look at this.
Oh yeah, no.
I can pull it, break it. Well, I won't put any more work into that. That's why they call it Spanish Dagger right here. That is a sharp point right there in the end. In fact, you can skewer things with it and make kebabs and some weird stuff like that out of this leaf.
I watched it quite often.
Start with this sharper scraping tool. You really see a lot of these juices start to come out. The more of that you get off there, the better. I usually throw this first piece away. Kind of dried and crusty on the outside. What's up, dude?
How you doing?
Not bad.
What you making?
We'll make some rope. We'll try out a couple of different things here, see which one makes the best rope. It's Sawtooth, Spanish Dagger, and the Agave. All right, I decided to come over and sit in the shade. It gets hot in Texas. I started weaving together the Spanish Dagger, and that's what I got so far. This is just simple twist. What you do is just twisted rope. So what I do is I take my finger and I rotate towards myself with the top of the twist, and then you spin the opposite direction. So since I came towards myself, now I want to twist in the opposite direction and go away from myself. And then you use your right hand to hold it, or left, depending on whichever you favor. And then I twist again. Damn, bees stung me. These bees are everywhere. But twist with the top, and then rotate in the opposite direction. And when you start getting thin, you want to add more. So I just bend them in half, stick them in there right before you rotate. And that's how you weave them in. And I'm getting real thin, so I need to do a couple here. You got me pretty good. And twist. And that's what you get. I don't think the guys are gonna eat bees with me today. This really tests your grip strength in your right hand. I don't feel it too bad in my left hand, but in my right, I definitely do. I'm not holding the twists. Guys that get really good at this are super fast. Get out of here. Bee. By the way, the location I'm shooting at here, this is the Tomorrow Ranch in southern Texas. It's a, I think it's 4,000 acre ranch. You've got tons of white-tailed deer, pigs, all kinds of different hunting you can do down here. A lot of cool exotic animals too. We've been down here pig hunting. Yeah, we've unfortunately, as goes, sometimes you just catch them when they're changing their habits and everything. And we haven't been having any luck pig hunting because the pigs have been coming only in the middle of the night. We didn't come with a bunch of thermal scopes and crap. We just came down with, you know, cooler beer and looking to have a good time, which we have done. Trying to alternate direction of the little pieces. That'll help make the rope a little bit more strong, more random, more betterer. Well, I wanted to do about a foot of rope, and I think I'm there on this one, so I'm going to tie this off and call it. And since I may open this back up and add to it on the drive home or something, I'm just gonna kind of tie it off right here. But so here's my rope. Not the prettiest rope, but that is Spanish Dagger. Feels very, very strong, like incredibly strong. You can also see here how you can really make the rope whatever thickness you want. And if you really wanted to go thick, you can make rope like this and then do the same thing with several strands of that rope, or you could braid it and make a much larger rope, you know, one if you wanted to hold a boat or something like that. So for now, I'm just going to tie this off with kind of a quick loop-de-loop so it doesn't come unfrayed. And then I can open that back up and keep weaving. There's the Spanish Dagger. Now for the fun one. Oh, I am curious if these bees are going to be attracted to this thing. So I'm going to try this big Yucca Leaf. Not Yucca Leaf, what did I say? Agave. This big turkey. This is such a cool plant. I did play around with this the other day, so I've got just a little bit of experience with this, but I really don't even know for sure the name of this plant. I assume it's agave, or a variety of agave. But I'm out of my wheelhouse here, so without data connection, I don't know for sure. So all I'm doing here to start off, I'm just cutting off the spines that, like you could make a fish hook out of them. They're very stout. Quick word of caution about this plant. It is a bit of a skin irritant. I learned the other day when I was doing this. After I got done, it didn't irritate my skin while I was working with it. When I got done and tried to wash my hands, it felt like my skin caught on fire on my forearms. It was a really deep, irritating burn. So, for what it's worth, gloves and long sleeves are probably a good idea if you're doing this. But me, I'm stupid and glutton for punishment, so I'm gonna do the exact same thing I did the first time. Oh, this has a really cool husk on it. I think if I worked at it, I could get this to come off in one piece. It's like paper. It's really thick too. Like, I really feel like if I, dried that, I might be able to make like a paper out of it. Super thick. When that doctor asked me, son, how'd you get in this condition? I said, I don't know, I'm just carrying on family tradition.
And on that note,
see these fibers? Look at this. Those have some strength. For as thin as they are, a lot of strength. Just to move this along a little bit, because I do have a limited amount of time today. I'm just going to kind of tear this one in half and work with one side. That'll get us to the tissue inside. Okay, now in here, we can just kind of reach in and pull a little part out, and you will get a fiber. We want to get some of the... Here, if we go this way, I'll bet we get the fiber. If we start out here, we'll get the long fibers. Because only the long ones go to the end. Yep, there we go. Okay, now this is the cool part. Start with the long end, and just scrape your fingers, your fingernail down it. And you pull all that tissue and stuff right off, and look what you're left with. Very clean little piece of, it's almost like sinew. All right, I'm gonna get a bunch of these collected. Yeah. Okay, so that's what our fibers look like. I had a bunch of these from the other day when I did it, so some of them are not as clean as what I was getting, what I think I could have got. So for what that's worth, I think if you want a really clean rope, it's pretty easy to do with this stuff. Just take a little time to clean each strand, which I didn't do when I first started. So that's why this is a little bit of a messy pile here. Stick it in there and keep on trucking. Yeah, my arms are itchy. So either I'm allergic to it or it's a known skin irritant here I'm messing with. I'm done. This is the agave rope. Now, I was in a hurry, so I definitely could have made this a much cleaner rope, but I had very limited time here. This feels like it would make the better rope. For one, it was a lot easier to work with. The twisting was easier because maybe because it was just thinner and it didn't have as much friction on it. All the little spindles were much easier to twist. They were harder to manage because they get all tangled up, but you could just kind of grab a little clump of them and just pull and just sort of stick it in the twist, and almost like pulling cotton, I think that's what that was called. So really it was pretty easy to use. I think if I had kept the strands like nice and neat, it would have been even easier. The Spanish Dagger, still pretty easy. I feel like the rope's not gonna be quite as strong. This is the Spanish Dagger, although it's very strong. It doesn't have the give. The Agave rope is very flexible. Still very moist, so we'll see what it does when it dries up. But there's a much lower moisture content in the Spanish Dagger. The Sawtooth Yucca, couldn't use. Didn't, I mean, it would snap when I pulled on it. I'm very surprised by that. I thought I'd be able to at least get a cordage out of it of some kind. So that's our end result right there. There's our two different ropes we made. Both are excellent. I think the Agave is a little bit higher quality one of the two. So thanks for coming along. Have a great day. This is my favorite thing down here. This is the Legendary mesquite tree. Makes such good smoking wood. I can't get it to stay lit.